My seat belt, properly mounted and secured. It's not ripped, torn, or frayed. It latches and unlatches properly. It's adjusted to me, the driver. Next, I'm going to find my emergency equipment. My fire extinguisher is properly mounted and secured. It is not cracked, damaged, or leaking. It is fully charged and is properly rated. I have 3 red reflective triangles. Somewhere back there, I'm guessing. They're properly mounted and secured, not cracked or damaged, not loose or missing. In the overhead bin or in the glove compartment, I also have spare fuses for this vehicle. Now I'll perform a safe start. We begin by verifying neutral. I move the gear shifter from side to side to verify neutral. I'm going to verify that both of my valves are pulled out, meaning that my brakes are applied and this vehicle is not going to roll as I'm looking down at my key. I'll go ahead and turn the key to the on position and allow my gauges to cycle. Once my gauges have cycled, push my clutch to the floor and start the vehicle. My ABS light should come on and go off. If it does not go off, it's an indication my ABS system might need to be serviced. Now my gauges are on, my gauges are active. I can go right to my gauges. My gauges are all properly mounted and secured. They're not cracked or damaged, and the needles are all working properly. My water temperature is rising to the normal operating range. My oil pressure is rapidly rising to the normal operating range. My voltmeter is rising to the normal operating range. And my air pressure is rising to the governor cutout between 120 and 140 psi. Now I'm going to check my indicators. My left turn signal, right turn signal, 4-way flashers, and high beams. All properly mounted, secured, and working properly. Now, my city horn, which doesn't work, and my highway horn, both properly mounted, secured, and working properly. My heater, I like to go to the setting where I've got both the defroster and the floor. It's working on all speeds, on the defrost, and on the floor. My windshield is properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked or damaged. It's free of obstructions and illegal stickers. The perimeter seal is intact and it is not leaking. My windshield wipers, properly mounted and secured, not cracked or damaged. The arms are securely fastened to the vehicle. The blades are securely fastened to the arm. The blades make good contact with my windshield. They're not dry, rounded, or cracked. They work on all speeds. When I spray the washer fluid, it covers the entire windshield and the blades wipe it clean. My mirrors, they're properly mounted and secured, not cracked or damaged, free of obstructions, clean and clear, and they're adjusted to me. Now I'm going to go to day 2. Day 2 is my brake check. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin by releasing my trailer brake. I'm leaving my parking brake engaged. I'm going to go ahead and put the vehicle in first gear. I'm going to slowly release my clutch until I feel a slight tug. Once I feel that tug and the vehicle doesn't move, that tells me that my parking brake held the vehicle and it's working properly. How's that for a tug, eh? Alright, now I'll pull my trailer brake out and release my parking brake. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Slowly release my clutch until I feel the tug. Once I feel the tug and the vehicle doesn't move, that tells me that my trailer brake held the vehicle and it's also working properly. Now we're going to go ahead and check my service brake. Leaving it in first gear, I'm releasing both of my brakes. I'm going to release my clutch and allow the vehicle to roll forward 5 to 10 feet. Once I've rolled forward 5 to 10 feet, I'm going to push the clutch back in and apply my service brake. My service brake should stop the vehicle. It did. It also did not pull to the left or the right, which would be an indication that my brakes might be out of adjustment. So now I'm going to come back to neutral. I'm going to apply my brakes, release my clutch, and I'm going to build my air pressure back to the governor cutout between 120 and 140 psi. I do that by revving my engine up just over 1,000 RPMs, and now I can watch my air pressure build. I'm waiting to hear a sneeze back here. Once I hear a sneeze, that tells me that my tanks are full. There it is. So Now my tanks are full, I can begin my 4-step process to set up for my leak check. This is where we do FOOP. So I'm going to go back into first gear. I'm going to turn the vehicle off. Now the vehicle's off, I can release my clutch and the transmission is holding the vehicle. I'll turn the key back to the on position now, and I'm going to push in both of my valves. Now I'm going to check for leaks. I check for leaks by applying steady pressure to my service brake for 60 seconds. I should lose no more than 4 psi in 60 seconds. Mr. Examiner, would you please time me? Okay, 57, 58, 59, 60. We do not lose more than 4 psi. The examiner wants to hear that brake release, so you actually want to push the brake down. He's not going to time you. He's not going to check the 4 psi. He just wants to know that you know the process. So now I did that. Now I'm going to try to get my alarms to come on. I'm going to do that by manually exhausting the air from my air tanks. I do that by fanning the brakes. So I'm going to fan the brakes until approximately 55 psi and wait for my alarm and my warning light to come on. Okay. At approximately 55 psi, my warning light and my alarm came on, telling me that I'm losing air pressure. This tells me that my low pressure warning system is engaged and is working properly. I'll now continue to fan the brakes until approximately 40 psi, at which point both of these valves should pop out, telling me that my emergency brake system is engaged. At approximately 40 psi, both of my valves popped out. That tells me that my emergency brake system is engaged and is working properly. This will conclude my in-cab inspection. Mr. Examiner, may I now perform a safe start so that I can turn my wheel hard left? And actually, I'm not going to do the inspection on this vehicle. So I'm going to turn it back straight. Any questions?